host, El Vago, owner, operator of El Vago Burger and Barbecue, located at 4701 Banana Drive, Motown, Texas, Molina neighborhood.
Welcome to the Volo Podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the Volo Podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that? Welcome to the Volo Podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the Volo Podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that?
Welcome back to the Volo. I'm your host, El Vago. Today we have a special guest, Linda Cierra, a very good friend of mine. She's like my sister. I've known her for over 20 years.
Yeah.
For a very, very long time. She has a, unique story and stuff. And, she's here today to talk about it. And, hey, how you been, Linda?
I've been all right for the most part.
Yeah.
Still kicking, still pushing.
Still in Victoria?
Of course.
Yeah. You like it over there?
It's the black hole.
Man, it's like every time I move to Victoria, and I lived there for a while because, I'm from there, but every time I go over there, man, like something always got to fucking happen, man. I was fucking end up going to jail or fucking, man, the cops fucking hate my ass over there. But, all right, we're going to start from the beginning. All right, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Victoria.
Originally from Victoria?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I got a brother named Jesse. I got a brother named Jordan. Got a brother named Jason. And I got a sister named Rosalie. We all got like different stepbrothers, moms and dads, you know what I mean? So, but I still consider them brother and sister.
Yeah. Where you working at right now?
Right now I work for Excalibur Rentals. I'm a fueler.
Yeah.
Or we do like oil field equipment and stuff like that. A lot of driving.
Yeah.
Like a lot of driving.
Yeah. That kills a lot of time though, right?
Yeah, but sometimes it gets boring. Trying to stay awake.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to drink Monsters.
No
energy drinks. They don't allow us to.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. We had to sign a paper.
But they allow cocaine.
I don't know. Probably.
Gotta stay up somehow. Chinga. Yeah, man. It's all right, Where'd you go to school?
I went to school. I graduated. Well, I didn't graduate, but I went to Stroman High School, and then I ended up just getting my GED later on. I dropped out.
Yeah. You didn't go to Mitchell?
Nah.
No?
Mitchell wasn't even, didn't even exist.
I went to Mitchell. I think it was and it was like 9th and 10th grade. I think I went over there. I was there for a while. Man, it was crazy back in the 90s, man. It was a whole different era. But yeah, so you didn't graduate?
No, I dropped out.
No, you dropped out.
Yeah.
So how everything went for you as that point when you were young, growing up?
Well, it pretty much started like my mom separated from my real dad.
Uh-huh.
Like I was probably like 2 or 3 years old, and she got remarried to Jesse Hernandez, and I think everything was going fine. When I was probably like 5 or 6, I can still kind of remember some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the most part, it was okay. We would take trips. He would take us to Houston and go to the zoo and doing all this family oriented stuff. You know what I mean? And then things just started changing, and my mom ended up moving in with him and stuff like that. He lived across the street from my grandparents. My mom's parents lived across the street from that dude and his parents. So they ended up like hooking up, and then we ended up moving in over there with them, and and then after that things just started going like crazy. It was always they were arguing and fighting, and just one thing led to another, and the abuse, like him being abusive to my mom and stuff like that. And I was little, but I still remember, a bunch of stuff. You don't forget, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back then, I think I was probably like 6, 7. I remember, him fighting her and beating her up and stuff like that in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over just dumb shit.
Yeah, stupid stuff. He was I always say it was because of my dad, you know what I mean? My actual real dad, you know, he was trying to get back with my mom, and that dude wasn't having it, and
Yeah.
you know, there was always fighting and stuff, and my dad whooped his ass in the front yard one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was pretty crazy back then, having to see all that stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Where'd you go to kindergarten and all that at?
I went to O'Connor, I went to Shields, I went to a lot of, we bounced around a lot. I went to
Victoria.
William Offer, all the elementary schools. My mom and my stepdad, they were never stable, so everywhere they bounced around, it was like I was switching schools all the time and just whatever, you know.
Yeah. And your brothers and sisters were living with you during that time?
My brother Jesse and my sister Rosalie were living with us. They were little.
Yeah.
They were with us, you know, and we stay at these apartments, and I just remember my stepdad. It was like Christmas, around Christmas holiday. Him and my mom got into a fight, and we're hiding in the bushes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like trying to just. She's like, just be quiet. You know, my brother's tiny. You know what I mean? Like in a little baby carriage thing, and you know they're over there. We're hiding from him and stuff like that. But yeah, they had to go through some of that too. But they were pretty young. I don't think they really remember too much. You know what I mean?
Were you the oldest?
Yeah, I was the oldest.
You're the oldest one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know they kind of remember me, but like I haven't talked to them since I think I left home when I was like 12 or 13 years old. I took off from Jesse and Anna. My biological mom's name's Anna. I took off from there,
Yeah.
and I never went back.
No.
I hid for like 2 weeks. I went to go look for my dad, and they hid me for like 2 weeks, and at my cousin's house because the lawyer told them if the cops found me that they would have to take me back
Yeah.
to Jesse and Anna's house. And I was like, I don't want to go back. So my dad got a lawyer, and he got custody of me. He won custody of me. I think I was like already going to be like 13 years old, something like that.
Did your mom ever hold resentment towards you because you left?
I haven't talked to my mom since I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been like 32, 33 years since I've talked to my biological mother.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
To this day.
So this day, nothing. Like I have other family that's like on his side that they'll send me, you know, pictures, and they'll be like, this is, you know, what your mom looks like now. And
Yeah.
a few years back, I was like, you know what? I said, I don't want any more pictures.
Yeah.
I don't want to know, you know, like,
She's still alive?
yeah, she's still alive.
Yeah. She live in Victoria?
No, she lives in Richmond area.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, Richmond.
Houston and shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. But she's never tried to reach out to you?
Nope, nothing.
Damn, that's wild.
One time I drove by their house when I lived in Houston. I found out where they lived at, and I drove by, but I didn't have the guts to get off and knock. And then I was just like,
This is an awkward.
like,
Yeah.
what am I going to say to you? You know what I mean? Like, you don't want nothing to do with me. How am I going to go knock on your front door and be like, hey, mom, it's me, you know?
Yeah.
But
did you keep in touch with your brothers and sisters, all right?
No, my brother, Jesse and Rosalie, I haven't talked to them either since I left home.
Oh,
My brother was probably 9 or 10, and my sister was probably like 6 years old. And I know she's married. She's got a kid now. My brother, Jesse, he got married. He's got like 4 daughters. You know, like I said, people come and tell me, you know, how they're doing, but I'm just to the point, like, you know, a few years back, I don't want to know anymore.
You're just done with
you know,
that.
I'm
Like,
done with that. Like,
yeah.
I'm already 47, going on 48 or whatever, and I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I done did my whole life practically. Well, not my whole life, but half
Yeah,
of it.
might
You
as
know
well.
what I mean? Like,
shit, yeah. That's
I don't
true.
need
That's
nothing to do with them.
true. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That was what, early 90s?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So how'd it go with your dad?
When you talking about my real dad?
Your real dad?
My real dad? Well, I didn't have a good relationship with my dad either. You know, it was kind of like hit or miss, you know. He would call, and I'm like, what's up? You know, it was like he either wanted to know something about, he needed something fixed on his bike, if I could show him or tell him how to do it, or, you know, or what's going on in Victoria, you know, what's going on with your stepmom, which is my stepmom is Mary,
Yeah.
my dad's ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of like, you know, I was like excited to talk to him, but then like after I realized that all he was doing was just trying to get information, and just be nosy, and he
Yeah.
wasn't like actually calling to be sincere, like, how you doing, Mija? I miss you, or I want to see you, or anything like that, so I just kind of like,
Yeah.
sometimes I would answer, sometimes I would, and then I would feel guilty because I wouldn't answer the phone, and I'm like, let me call my dad back because I'm gonna want that one day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna want to talk to him, and like all these years went by, and then last year, I got a phone call from my dad, and I couldn't really understand him. We were at the store, and he was crying, and I was like, "What's wrong?" And he was just telling me that my brother Jason, my little brother, he's 40 years old, had murdered my dad's girlfriend
Oh,
last
shit.
year in front of him, and my dad was bedridden at the time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I mean, I just probably like I stood still, and I just couldn't believe what I was hearing, and you know, so I just like talked to my dad, got him to calm down a little bit, and then I ended up going to the hospital, and we ended up going and seeing him last year in Houston at the hospital, and he was like, I love you, and thank you for coming to see me, and I'm like, no problem, Dad, it's cool, I love you too, and he's just like that he was sick and everything. So I was like, all right, so we leave from the hospital, and I'm the type of person, I feel like I got a big heart, so it's like I'm worried about my dad, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen, is he gonna be okay, or what, so he ends up going to like a nursing home and stuff like that, and he's calling me, and he's like, they're being abusive to me and stuff like that, and they're not feeding me, and they're hitting me on my legs and my feet, and I can't walk. And so my thing was like, I'm gonna go get my dad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get him. Simple as that. He needs me, I'm gonna be there, regardless of the fact that our relationship was never a father-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I went to go get him or whatever. I bailed him out of a nursing home. He took off. He could barely walk, and I'm like pushing him in the wheelchair, and I'm like trying to get him in the truck, and I'm like, hurry up, we gotta go, So we take off, we come back to Victoria, and he's all happy, and he's like, thank you, thank you for getting me out of there. And I'm like, I need you to get to a facility where, you need to go, and you need to get, rehabilitation and, stuff like that. And, one thing just led to another, and he started, being a butthole to me, and nah, I don't need your help, and nah, whatever, so I'm like, fine, walked away.
Why did your brother murder his girlfriend?
There's a lot of sides to that story. Some is like, he was being like, my dad was like a narcissist type of person. My dad came and got my brother when he was 18 years old, and he lived with my dad all this time in a little trailer, and my dad is just, may he rest in peace, but I felt like he was a narcissist, and he was, he sheltered my brother and just like babied him and didn't allow him to venture out and do things and, learn things and teach him things the correct way, and my brother was like, she treated him, that lady treated him bad, and my dad treated him bad, and a lot of verbal abuse. I don't think there was any physical abuse, but there was a lot of verbal abuse, going on there. And again, like my brother Jason, I never had a relationship with him either.
Yeah.
Up until last year, like he's called me a couple of times from jail. We went to his court to go see, what all was going to happen over there with him. And he got life in prison. He got sentenced last month to life in prison. And
God damn.
yeah, he calls me, and he's just like, I'm like, are you good? And he's like, he goes, yeah, I'm okay. They put him on some psych meds and stuff like that, and he sounds like he's okay, but he just still like, she got what she deserved. And, like I said, I didn't really have a relationship, so I wasn't in that environment to know really what was going on or why he did what he did. You know what I mean? It's a sad situation. It's just been crazy, one thing after another,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go back a little bit. When I asked, I mean, like, whenever your dad got custody of you, like, how did it go from
Oh, with
there?
my dad. Oh, you weren't specific. You just said how the relationship go with your dad.
Yeah, because whenever you said that your dad got custody of you from your mom, that's what I was trying.
Yeah, well, my dad ended up getting custody of me.
Yeah.
And I lived with him and my stepmom for about a year and a half or so. And I was young, so I started like going out, running the streets and drinking, smoking weed. I did a little bit of cocaine, but not too much. It really wasn't for me. But I was hanging around older women and stuff like that, and we were just, partying. And I left. I didn't even stay there very long with my dad. He didn't care either. He was just like, he didn't have to worry about me. One less mouth he had to feed.
Yeah.
I got you out of over there where you were with Anna and Jesse. Go do whatever. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It's pretty much just to one up your mom.
What's that?
It's pretty much like to one up your mom, like for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So it just like after that, it just kind of like I just did whatever. Was on the streets here and there, bouncing around and stuff like that. I was never stable either. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, and then he was like, "Well, I don't understand. Like why you want to come live with me?" And I started telling him like, I was being molested. Like.
Mhm.
This was going on, and he was like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "And why didn't you tell your mom?" I was like, "I did." You know what I mean? Like I told my mom what my stepdad was doing to me.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Well, let me see if I could do something about it." But at that time, my dad was still kind of like in the dope game, and he didn't want the law around. He didn't want the laws,
Yeah.
to be interfered and stuff like that
But
because
still, that's fucked up, man. You're his
know,
daughter. You know what I mean?
yeah, but like he didn't even my dad didn't raise me either. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he left when him and my mom split up when I was 2, so it's kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
he wasn't worried about
yeah.
me. You know what I mean? So just
So where'd you end up from there?
I ended up staying. I ended up getting together with this chick, and we ended up moving into a little trailer.
Yeah.
And I stayed there for a few years, and she ended up ODing on cocaine. And then after that, like, I just started getting in trouble. I didn't care.
How old were you during that time?
I was about 17, 18. Yeah. At that time, I was about 17 or 18. But, like, from 14 to, like, 18 till I finally got locked up, I was just in trouble, being stupid, acting out. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Attempted suicide, and then I just like got locked up.
Yeah. What was your first charge?
My first charge was a burglary of a building, and I got 6 months probation for that. I broke into a store, stole some cash, got busted like 2 weeks later, and then I wasn't even out 6 months, and then I went and caught a felony for a robbery charge. I didn't actually rob the people, but I was outside in the vehicle, and of course I got pinned for it too. You know what I mean? So I did like 3 years in prison for that, and then
And 3 years in prison just for that.
yeah,
They were
3 years in prison for $300.
$100 a year.
Stupid.
Or what did they send you to?
I went to Dayton for about a year, and then I went to Lane Murray for 2 years. And I went to maximum security.
Yeah. How are women in prison, man? How's that?
Man, that's all the women you can have, but but it's hell. It's drama,
Yeah.
dirty. Females, they're just dirty. Some are nasty. They don't like to clean. They don't
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. Fighting, just stupid stuff.
They get down and dirty, shanking each other and shit in there.
Nah,
too.
they don't do
No?
stuff like that. But they do like I was at the unit where Selena's killer's at.
Oh, fucking
And
Yolanda.
whenever they would get out to go like to the shower, go to rec and stuff like that, they would like just throw stuff at her, food and stuff like that. If they had it in their hands or whatever to
Yeah.
walk by, they'd just throw it and just cuss her out and stuff. We really didn't have no. She was locked up, so we couldn't get to her cell or nothing like
You
that.
think she gonna get out?
I hope not. I don't think she's gonna make it if she gets out.
Yeah, I know, man. She had to move to another state, man.
She'd
'cause
change her whole identity.
all the
Everything.
Hanos, man, they'll
Yeah.
they'll murder her ass quick. Like she won't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So how was your everyday thing, routines when you were locked up?
Well, it started out good. I started out in general population, being around everybody and stuff like that, and uh, going to rec, working out in the little rec yard and stuff like that. And then I got mixed up with the girl, and she took me to medium custody, and she knew that I was gonna make parole. I was supposed to make parole my first. I was only gonna do a year and then do 2 years on parole.
Mm-hmm.
And when she found out that I was gonna make parole, uh, she spit in my face, and she already knew that, what's come on, somebody spits in your face, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
So I whooped her from 22 top all the way to like 28 top. I would not stop. Just beating her up, beating her up, beating her up. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I don't want you to go home. And I'm like, would you think I'm gonna stay here for 15, 20 years?
That's how long she had?
Yeah, she had like a 20-year sentence.
God damn.
And then ended up going from medium custody, I went to segregation.
Mm-hmm.
No, closed custody. I think it's closed custody. And you were able to come out and go to the chow hall and then go to work on the whole squad and stuff like that. Got mixed up with another girl down there, and it just acting stupid, fighting. I didn't care.
Damn, so pussy's nothing but problems on both ends of the fucking fence.
By the time you know it, I was in ad seg. I was by myself. I did almost a year in ad seg by myself.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Shit. How was SIG?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I actually liked it because if I didn't want to turn out for work, I didn't have to turn out. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, boss, I'm not going. I don't want to do this. He goes, what, Sierra? I'm like, I don't want to do this no more. What are you going to do? Add time to my time?
Yeah.
So I just laid back and chilled the rest of the way until I was done with my 3 years. Yeah.
So you've been gay your whole life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never been with a man? Never.
No.
That's crazy. Yeah, I know it's wild because I know all the times I tattooed you, before you had your breast reduction, like I always saw you like a dude, like I never like, you know what I mean? I never peeked at you or nothing. I don't know. I always saw you like you're,
A lot of my homeboys see me like that. They was like, Linda, that's Linda, but it's not a chick, it's a dude, you know. But
I know ever since my kids were little, I always tell Uncle Linda.
Yeah, Uncle
Linda, Uncle Bieber.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. I've known you for a long time, man.
Oh yeah.
Shit. You started tattooing when you were locked up or before that?
I didn't start tattooing until after that.
Yeah.
Like 2005. I think I started tattooing a little bit, trying to do something.
Yeah, I think that's how I met you. I walked into that fucking...
I was at Rent-A-Center tattooing.
No, it was Uncle Mike's or something. Yeah, you were tattooing right there in the floor. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
gotta make money somehow.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. It was early 2000s. Again,
this fool, David.
Till she meets me. Oh, he's trying to say that you're gay until you meet him.
Whatever. That's that dude we worked out with at the gym.
Yeah, he's a weasel.
Sit down, boy.
She probably got a bigger dick than you, David.
Oh, shit.
Fucking David. Yeah, man, shit. So after that, what'd you do when you get out?
After I got out, I hooked up with somebody else and try to like settle down and, do right and all that whole 10 yards, but that didn't work out. I started going out, I started drinking and I worked at a Mexican restaurant called El Toro. It was on Portland Highway.
Toro, yeah. Richard Trevino.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Yeah, he passed away already.
Yeah, for real?
Yeah.
How long ago?
Probably about 5 years ago.
No shit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I know his brother had the other one at Siesta, right?
Yeah, he passed away too.
Yeah.
Show it to him, Linda. Yeah, so I worked at a restaurant and I was cooking, but like I said, I started drinking and I didn't want to sit down. I wanted to just drink and do whatever. I didn't want nobody telling me anything.
Yeah. El Toro, man. I remember when we were kids, my dad had his own janitorial service and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
We would go and every Monday they were closed, so we go and do the floors and Richard used to have I don't even remember, he used to have a trailer house in the back.
Yeah.
He used to have that trailer house, whatever, but he would leave. Man, I would go there and cook it up in the back with some tacos and shit, get some enchiladas. And man, I was probably like 10 years old, 11 and shit. And I remember they had a margarita machine. I'd go over there and fucking start drinking, shit. It's fucking stupid, man. But That was a good restaurant though. They had really good food, man.
Yeah,
They
they
had
did.
really good food. That was a
Yeah.
long time ago. You know, Victoria hasn't changed very much, huh?
It's getting a little bit bigger. Of course, they got the university. They like took up the whole all of Red River and
Yeah.
building for the college kids and stuff like that. But right now, the kids and stuff like that, they're out of control, man. They're out of hand. A lot of fighting, not physical fighting, but like shooting and
Yeah,
just
man. These kids are scared to they're scared to throw hands now,
like just
man. They
fight.
just
Why you
shoot.
gotta shoot somebody? And yeah, it's getting out of hand.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Shit. How many kids you got?
My wife and I, we got 4 kids, and I still say 4, but the youngest, he unalived himself Easter Sunday
Oh
of
shit.
this past year.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, we still say 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We talk about them all the time. We got a group chat, so we kind of keep that going.
It's crazy how these kids, whatever, like they don't value life at all anymore, man.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? They're quick to just
Give up. Their mentality's different and stuff like that.
Yeah, when I was in a bad time in my life, I thought about it. I couldn't fucking do it. I don't know why I fucking.
They always said Braden had balls because there was no way I could do that.
Yeah, I couldn't fucking do it, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather just suffer and just tough it out and just figure it out, I guess.
Yeah.
But hey, man, sometimes it's too much, man.
Yeah.
You get in a situation you just can't get out of, and it's just
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy, man. Pobrecito.
Yeah. Women are nothing but trouble.
Women are nothing but trouble.
Yeah, that little girl he was seeing, they had split up. I guess they were having problems or whatever, and you fall in love and you think it's gonna last forever.
Well, especially when you're young, it ain't gonna last. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's just.
But he was kind of like an old soul. You know what I mean? Like a wine and dine. Like I'll buy her flowers and cook for her and everything. You know what I mean? And he was only 18.
Sometimes I wonder, man, if the girls nowadays they don't like that no more, huh?
I don't know.
They just want to party.
Yeah, spend money, do their nails and shit, go get their hair
Jump from
done.
dude to dude and have kids with all these.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Everything it's wild, man. I try to teach my kids different and try to have them, go a different way because
Yeah.
I ain't tolerating none of that shit in my house. Yeah, so shit, man. So what are you doing now? You're just working at that one place?
Yeah, I just work at that one place, doing the fueling and stuff like that. I've been there. January will be 2 years that I've been there. It's all right. It's not too bad. It's a lot of driving. Sometimes I get pissed off because I'm the only one that I feel like I run circles around all them dudes over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You work
Like,
harder than them?
yeah, like go get this trash trailer. And I love my boss, Kenny Martinez. Like he is cool. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when my mom got sick, like he understood and he gave me time off. We lost Braden. He's like, take time off. Of course it's time off with pay because he's not the one that signs our checks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whatever, my dad got sick, take time off. It's okay, I understand, but for the most part, like, he's like, go get this trash trailer and take it over here, go empty it, go do this and come back. And I'm like, dang, I said, and where is this other dude at? Where's Mike? What is he doing? Oh, he said he had to go fuel up something. I'm like, whatever. That dude, man, I be talking smack. But I do it. I do my job anyway. They know it ain't me if I ain't talking smack back to them. But,
Yeah.
For the most part, it's all right.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
Man, you've been in a lot of relationships, huh?
Not a lot, but I have been in quite a few
Yeah.
relationships.
A lot of bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a bunch of not a bunch, but a few of your relationships just crazy and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were married one time, right?
Yeah, it was my first marriage.
First marriage.
Yeah. I didn't know what I was doing. It was a mistake.
Yeah, I kind of saw that already. I was like, man, what was Linda doing?
Yeah, I know. It happens.
Girl, stop lying.
Nah, I'm not lying. Shit. I'm not lying. But yeah. And then I remarried.
Yeah.
Well, you were my best man at my
Yeah, I
wedding.
know. I gave you away at your wedding. I was there. Yeah. How long ago was that?
Shoot, we've been married 5 years and we've been together 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. February will be 6 years.
Man, time fucking flies,
Yeah,
man.
hell
That's
yeah.
crazy, man. I feel like it was yesterday. Damn.
Yeah.
Getting old.
You're getting old. I'm not getting old.
Shit, you're almost 50.
Shit. I'm 45. Nah, I'll be forgetting. I'm like, how old am I? 47, 48?
Shit, I'll be
forget.
43 next month. Fucking
43.
crazy. Shit, it's old to me because shit, I never been 43. You're like
Everything's
what?
hurting. Elbows hurting.
Yeah,
Knees
fucking
hurting.
little shit, fucking kidney stone and shit. And I never thought I'd fucking have that shit, man. That shit wasn't fun at all, man. That was fucking horrible pain, very, very horrible.
I've never had that experience.
Ugh. Fucking, it's bad, man. Like I could take pain, man. I
Yeah.
can take some fucking pain. That right there, it was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah.
Anybody in the comments got any questions? Y'all can ask them if you want. See if Linda will answer them, except for David Martinez.
Everybody was like, you said you were going to start at 7. I was like, start at 7:30.
Yeah, no. Well, because of the festival that's going
Yeah, it's
on, there's a
pretty
big old
packed.
party going
Yeah,
on
it's pretty
outside.
packed downtown
Yeah,
right now.
it's big time.
What
packed
kind of
right
music did you listen to growing up?
Growing up, I used to listen to a bunch of Tejano, and like I used to listen to like death metal, like Cradle of Filth and Laguna Coil, stuff like that. Like real heavy stuff,
Yeah.
you know, and then like heavy metal, like of course Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer. And then I kind of like shied away from that. Started listening to other stuff.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, you're in a car club, right?
yeah, currently right now I'm in a Street Sweepers car club.
Yeah. How's that going?
It's going pretty good. It's kind of, we don't really do too much stuff because everybody's always working. Today they actually had a picnic with Low Impressions, but I didn't show up.
Yeah.
I knew I had to be here, so I kind of just
Yeah.
wanted to chill and then get ready to come out here, take the drive out here. But it's pretty chill for the
You
most
were in
part.
another car club before, right?
Yeah, I was in another car
Yeah.
club.
How did that go?
No Limit. It was all right. It started out all right, but then like started seeing a bunch of stuff that I didn't like, and then to each their own. You know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
want to snort coke, snort it somewhere else. Don't snort it, around me or by me or at my place. I'm just not for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for the most part, like it started out good. They did a lot of stuff for the kids, taking gifts to the kids at the square under the hill and Crestwood apartments and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
all that other stuff didn't fly with me,
Under the hill, man. We have some good times over there.
Yeah, you remember that one time we were telling the story? We had smoked. And I don't know, we were telling the story or he was telling the story and we just forgot the whole story.
Man, it was a long story too, man. I was going deep in conversation and I went blank. Like I was so fucking stoned. Like I didn't remember what the fuck I said after that. I
And
was
he's
like,
asking me, what did I say? I was like,
to this day, I don't even remember what the fuck I talking about.
I don't know.
That was some good ass weed though, man. It was sour diesel.
One time they told me to take their vehicle. Remember you told me to take the vehicle and I took off and I think I was messed up. I was high. And I looked in the mirror and door, the Explorer was in the back, the car seat.
Yeah.
Man, I was fucking tripped out.
Man, Victoria's a trip though, man, because the cops, they'll pull you over for any fucking thing over there. I don't know how the hell I was telling me and my wife, we were talking about, I was like, man, I remember I used to drive Jack in the Box, 2 a.m, stoned as fuck, expired tags, fucking no driver license. I had a warrant and shit, and I'm over there fucking risking my life for fucking those cheap ass tacos that from fucking Jack and
All greasy and shit.
yeah, all greasy and nasty and shit.
Still.
And then you showed up when I got raided, right?
Yeah, I was driving around the apartment complex when he had got raided. I was driving around and I think Celestina was on the front porch, but all the laws was like around there, and I was like, dang, I said, I can't get off. They're gonna start questioning me too. But I drove around for a little bit, and then by the time you know it, everybody was gone.
Yeah. And then I remember whenever they had me at the tattoo shop, whatever, you pulled up, whatever, and you're like, what's going on? They're like, ma'am, you gotta leave. Get out of here.
That was some crazy shit.
Yeah, they hit me deep, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared as shit, man. I was like, what the fuck did I do now? Fucking they like 10, 15 fucking FBI agents got me all at one time. I was like, oh shit. Like, and I've been watching that stupid fucking show that I almost got away with it and shit.
Thinking you almost got away with it.
And when that happened, I was like, fuck. And then when they told me, yo, we're here for your guns, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, they're over here. You know, it was all cool. Yeah, fuck that shit, man. I'm glad I'm done with that bullshit. I know I lost the tattoo shop because of all that shit, but oh well, fuck it. I wouldn't be over here doing what I'm doing
Yeah,
now.
things happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they all
Things
happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
11 or
2012.
12, something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
What were you doing during that time? Where were you working at?
When you got raided and stuff?
Yeah, what were you doing at that time?
I was dang, I know I was working there with you.
Oh, that's right. You were
I
tattooing
was
with me,
working there
right?
with you, but then once you got raided and everything, I don't know what I ended up doing. Probably working at a restaurant. I think I was working at a restaurant after that.
Did you stay tattooing after that?
Nah.
No.
Mm-mm.
When was the last time you tattooed?
Probably about 4 years ago, maybe. I was tattooing at Beaner's Ink with Manny and them. Andrea kind of like pushed me. She's like, "Come over here and just try it, see if you like it." And of course, you know, it was going good, but like they were supposed to kind of like show me and help me, you know, learn different stuff. But man, they were so busy. There was no time to
There
like
was no
teach.
time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just like stopped.
How many tattoo shops are in Victoria now?
Probably like 6, maybe
Yeah.
7. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
If I go anywhere, I go get tattooed.
I
by
haven't been to
Andrea.
Victoria. Man. It's been well. I went there a couple weeks ago, but we just went to Mr. Gaddy's, and then we left right after.
Was it
that.
good?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I was surprised it was pretty good. It's nostalgic shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we were kids and shit.
Yeah.
It was good. It's all right. And then we left after that. You know. But other than that, like I haven't really been through Victoria. I heard that it's bigger now, and
Yeah.
I saw they put a lot of those. What's that shit called? Those.
They got them medians.
Yeah,
now.
those medians and shit now.
Everybody done hit them things, and I had so many accidents. I done hit out and ran over so many with my truck too. I think twice. I hit it twice. I think I hit it in her car. I think I hit the curb in her car. I don't know.
The one thing I miss about Victoria is the food, man. I miss Texas driving.
Oh yeah, man. There'll never be another restaurant like Texas Drive-In.
Yeah, I know, man. I remember going over and getting the gizzards when I was a kid, and big old thing for like $5 and shit.
Yeah, with the rolls and the French fries
Yeah.
and the jalapenos.
That shit was good.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. And then we got Mumford's. Mumford's is a lot of people are saying it's not that great anymore.
I don't eat there anymore.
No?
I think the last time I ate there was when I ate with you and Celestino.
No shit.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's the last time I probably ate there.
Then they have Aunt Joe's ain't there no more. That barbecue place.
I don't think so.
No. And then there was what's another place called Dairy Treat. Dairy Treat was pretty good too.
Yeah, we still got Dairy Treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually opened up a new restaurant on John Stock Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Stock Bar in Salem.
And then you got
But I don't eat there either.
no. What's the other place? Jim's Big Burger. I love that.
Yeah,
place.
Jim's Big Burger. I went to lunch there probably about 2 weeks ago with one of the guys from work.
All the white people stare at you crazy.
Yeah, look at this tattooed dyke coming in here.
Yeah. How old were you when you found out you were gay?
I knew I was gay like in the 3rd grade
Yeah.
in elementary. I had a crush on my teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've always had problems with your family because of that.
Yeah. When I came out, I didn't come out in 3rd grade, of course, but I knew that I was gay in the 3rd grade. But when I finally did decide to come out in the 6th grade, when I told my mom, you know, my biological mom, I was like, I'm gay, you know, like I like women.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, she beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like, no, no, no. And I'm like, you know, I'm gay. You can't change that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that was a big, excuse me, that was a big issue, you know, for her. You know, she was like, no, she wasn't having it. And, you know, which led into sexual abuse. I felt like she knew what my stepfather was doing to me all those years, you know what I mean? And he may have even, you know, I don't want to blame him for me being gay, but there's a possibility that's why I'm gay. You know,
Yeah.
I don't remember what was going on when I was smaller because he was, you know, they've been together since I was like 2 years old, you know?
Yeah.
If you were doing stuff to me and I was in, you know, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, what were you doing to me before? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she wasn't having it, you know? She was like, no.
There's a lot of sick motherfuckers out there, man.
Yeah.
Like it's is he still alive?
He's still alive. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still together.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, they're still together. Last I heard is that the government or the feds or somebody were looking for him for fraud and stuff, all kinds of stuff. He's wanted by the law and stuff like that. But I don't really know. You know, like I said, I don't ask no questions. I don't really care to know. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, you know?
Yeah. So you're completely done with your family?
Yeah.
I didn't even know your dad passed away.
Yeah, he passed away. Today makes 2 weeks that he passed away.
Oh, no, it was 2 weeks ago? Oh,
Yeah.
no shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I never even had time to get on I really not even on my Facebook page anymore.
Yeah, you're so busy too with the
with
business.
the restaurant
Yeah,
and
the
shit. I just
restaurant.
really just on everything's about the restaurant, you know?
Yeah.
I never even keep in touch with nobody no more. I don't have a life. You know,
Yeah.
just always with that. And it's like it's a routine for me, and it's just an everyday thing. It just one day turns to the next, and it's the same shit over and
Yeah.
over and over.
Repetitive. So
Yeah. So I never have time to do anything no more.
yeah. I mean, it was all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I said, like I didn't really have a relationship with him, and you know, I was like, you know, thinking one day, I was like, man, I haven't, you know, my uncle hadn't told me anything about my dad. You know, I wonder what's going on. And I was calling the hospital that he told me that he might have been at in Houston, and I just happened to get a hold of my dad, and he was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, what's wrong? He's like, I just want to tell you I'm sorry, and I apologize for everything. Can we let the past be the past? And I was like, I just straight up said, Dad, I said, I've always loved you no matter what. I said, I never held anything against you for not being in my life or not wanting anything to do with me. You know, I said, I accepted that, you know, years ago I accepted it, and I still loved you because of course you're my dad, you know what I mean? And he asked me to go see him in Houston, you know, prior to like the beginning of October. And I told her, I said, we're going to go, you know, Sunday. I want to go, you know, see him and see what's going on. Well, they ended up telling me that he was going to be transferred back down here to Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up calling him and got a hold of him. And I was like, you're going to come back to Victoria? He goes, oh, okay. But at that point, he was like, oh, okay, yeah. But he was kind of like not in his right mind, you know?
Yeah.
And I got to the hospital before he got transferred down here. And I was sitting in the room. And he was all, you know, he was happy. And he was just like, thank you, you know, thank you for being here. And I was like, I said, you don't got to keep telling me thank you. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, Dad, you know, like.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, I got him cleaned up. I had my friend go in there and shave his beard because he had a big old beard and his hair was all crazy. And he was just telling me, like, he was telling me he was lost. He was like, man, I was lost, man. He goes, I was walking, and I didn't have my shoes, and I don't know. I was just lost, and it's just weird, and it's getting close. It's getting time. He kept saying that, and I'm just like, thinking to myself, man, this dude's gonna freaking die on me, man. He's gonna die. Yeah. And like I was starting to trip out, but then like I just kind of like, well, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, agree with him, whatever. And I'm like, well, where were you walking? You know, like,
Yeah.
Where were you going? And he's like, I don't know. I just kept walking. I went to this big old house, and you know, and I was talking to somebody, and then I just ended up coming back, you know, and then from one day to the next, you know, the doctors were like, you know, he's like, I want to go home. And I'm like, Dad, you need to be here, you know. And they talked about putting him on hospice. And he was all for going to a hospice facility. And the next day after that, you know, he was like, hey, if I go to that place, can I leave? Because he bailed out of the nursing home in Port Lavaca 2 times this past year. He took off, you know. He could barely walk, and he took off and got in the truck and took off, came back to Victoria. So anyway, like he ended up, you know, asking if he could leave if he went to the hospice facility. And I was like, he's not understanding what's about to happen. You know, hospice doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to pass away right then and there, or 2 weeks from now, or a month from now. You can have a longer lifespan, you know, but it's coming, you know. We don't know when, but you know, he wants to take off, and I'm like, no. And then the doctor comes in, and I'm like, you know, I said, can you talk to him? Because, you know, he needs to know that he needs help and stuff like that. And then just like, from that day, like, I was like, how much time does he have? And my dad's like, yeah, well, tell me how much time I got. And I'm standing in the back behind the doctor, and he's like, you have 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks to live, Mr. Sierra. And I just like, I walked out, I choked up, I was just like crying, and the doctor's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be all right, Took him home to where he was staying at. Uh, One day, the first day was good, I was feeding him because he couldn't use his hands anymore, and just, I mean, he deteriorated fast, like
Yeah.
instead of the 14 days, it was like 8 days, So I got to take care of my dad for the last, few days that he was here.
What
You
did he
know what I
die
mean?
from? Like,
He had cirrhosis of the liver, he had heart problems, and he had cancer that formed right underneath his liver.
mm,
So because he was already so far gone and not taking care of himself and taking his meds and doing the stuff that, because he was still drinking,
yeah.
So just, the doctor said what's going to happen is you're just going to end up kind of like choking because your stomach starts getting fluid, and it's going to just fill your lungs up and you're just going to just choke and just die.
How old was he?
He was 67.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still kind of young. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, but I was able to take care of him, and it just happened fast. You know what I mean? Like even the nurse was like, I was not expecting that. The hospice people, they know the signs to look for, and they can tell you, hey, you got like the rest of the day to get everybody up here to come and see him.
Yeah.
But
They didn't even have time
yeah,
for that.
I talked to him that day when she came and cleaned him up, and I was like, we're gonna go get lunch, and we'll come back in a little bit, to check on you, because I would go like every other hour to check on him. Most of the time he was just sleeping, or we would clean him up, change him and stuff like that. And she's like, cleaned him up and everything. His breathing had changed, and she's like, y'all go to lunch, and I'm like, okay. And my brother Jason had happened to call that morning. It was like 11 something he called, and he don't ever call in the morning like that. And he's like, can I talk to dad? And I was like, I said, I'm gonna put the phone on dad's ear. Just tell him that, just tell dad that you love him. You know what I mean? And he was all like, I love you, dad. And that was pretty much it. I said, I'll call you. I said, call me back later on this evening. And my brother's like, okay. And we went to lunch or whatever, and came back. And the way the room was set up, like my dad's, like this is the door, and my dad was laying with facing the TV like that. So I would every morning I would go before work like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to give him medicine to check to see if he needed to be cleaned or anything. And
This was at the hospice place?
no, I was at the house where he was staying because he
Oh.
didn't want to go to the hospice place after all. He ended up going to this like a group home where this man like lets people stay there, and they just pay him, whatever they can pay. And I was like, he's not breathing. I was like, because you could hear him breathing, because it was like kind of like phlegm. And I was like, he's not breathing. I don't see his stomach moving. I was like tripping out. And sure enough, we went in there and he was gone.
Yeah.
But we came back from eating, and that was it. But, I know he's at peace, and that's, he wanted to be by himself,
Yeah.
And I had already told him, because that morning I went in there, I think it was like maybe 9 o'clock. I went to go get coffee, and I went over there, and I read a little bit out of the Bible, and I played the Our Father in Spanish, and I prayed for him, and I told him it's okay to go. It's okay to go. I'll take care of Jason, because, he had Jason with him for so many years, you know what I mean? And even though my brother did what he did was wrong, my dad still loved him because I was his son.
Yeah.
I said, you can go, I don't want, I can't see you like this. It's hard for me to see you like this, Dad, And went to go eat and came back, and he was gone, And I think he was waiting for me to say, it's okay, you can go, because at the hospital, he was like, why are you crying? I'm like, I got 14 days with you, 14 days, that's what the doctor's telling you. And I'm here to take care of you for 14 days until you go on wherever your next life will be.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to be okay, and I'm just like, I'm crying, and he's like, don't cry, you're going to be okay. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to cry. So I cleaned up my face, He didn't want me to cry. He didn't want to see me crying. But yeah, it just happened fast, you know what I mean? Like, Everybody was like 8 days, you know what I mean? Like just like that, you
Yeah,
know?
that's crazy, man. That was
Yeah.
fast. You think he would have lasted longer if he went to hospice?
Nah.
No, same.
He needed treatment, and he was so weak and so far, like unhealthy, you know what I mean? Like even treatment wouldn't have saved him. It was just he was too small,
Yeah,
like just skinny, malnutrition, not taking care of himself and shit. Stress about my brother. He was dealing with a lot too,
Yeah.
seeing my brother do what he did, you know what I mean? Like that was my dad's chick for like 20 something years,
that's fucking crazy, man.
and my dad couldn't walk or get out of the bed because he's always, had problems with his back and his legs and stuff like that. Just
Yeah. Wait, did he shoot her or?
nah, he beat her and then he stabbed her.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he beat her up real bad and then he stabbed her. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah,
Man.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's just the way things happen, I guess. I don't know why, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Life's a trip, man. Like
Yeah.
it goes one way and then all of a sudden, boom, whole different
Yeah.
road, and it's not the road you wanted to take, but
yeah.
you're on it, man. Just gotta
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, and prior to all that, before all that happened, I was working about 15 minutes from their house where they lived in Alvin.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I'm going to go by there and I'm going to give my dad a piece of my mind. I'm going to be like, what did I do for you? What did I do to you to deserve you to shut me out, not to claim me? You know what I mean? I got another brother that's maybe 41, 42 that he never claimed either.
Yeah.
I'm like, what did we do? We didn't ask to be brought in here, but I didn't end up going. And I'm just like, man, I should have went over there. But then I'm like, what if I would have went over there and my brother would have took that anger out on me,
Oh yeah. that's
showing
true.
up at the doorstep after all these years of not talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I said, things happen, and it brought me a little closer to my dad. And we made peace before he passed away. I kind of have a little bit of a relationship with my brother Jason.
Mhm.
Emotionally, it tears me up hearing him, on the phone, calling me from prison, knowing that he's gonna spend the rest of his life there. But he did that crime and he's got to just pay for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, can't save you. You know what I mean? But I just told my dad that I would be there. Help him out. Along the way, send him a little money here and there, and that's all I can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty rough, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. It's like one thing after another. Like in 2003, I lost my stepmom. I took care of her. And then the beginning of this year, Braden took his life. And then my dad, you know what I mean? It's like one thing after another, after another, after another.
Yeah.
But I think I'm doing pretty good holding it together. You know what I mean? I have my
Yeah.
moments. Of course, everybody has their moments with stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I got a little bit closer, to God, going to church and reading the Bible and trying to, do right and,
Yeah.
just stay positive about things, you know what I mean? That's all I can do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your plans for the future?
My plans are for the future. I don't know. I'd probably say, I don't know. Maybe stay working at Excalibur. Try to find something different. I don't know.
You're gonna
Yeah.
tattoo again?
I thought about it. A couple people always ask me, "Hey,
Yeah.
Linda, you gonna tattoo or can you tattoo me?" And I'm just like, I don't feel like doing that shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're gonna come over and get a tattoo, and you set up everything, and you're waiting there, and they don't show up.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
probably won't.
I found my tattoo stuff in the garage the other day, and I was looking at it, and I was thinking about, I was like, fuck, I don't have time to do
Yeah,
anything.
how you
How the
gonna
hell am I
have
gonna
time?
do
You
this?
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
my work schedule's crazy too. Sometimes I got to be at a location by 7 in the morning, or sometimes I got to be out there, enough time to make it to the landfill to go dump a trailer. So it's like, I get up at 4 o'clock, 4:30, get dressed, go get coffee or whatever, and then go to work. And like I'm there all day, you know what I mean? Like till 3 or 4 o'clock, you know.
Where's the
So,
furthest you drive to?
I drive to Charlotte. That's about 2.5 hours past Kennedy and stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Over by Jordanton.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a lot of window times. Like, you know, like I'll go from Victoria to Cuero, back from Cuero to Victoria, from Victoria to Gonzales, you know, pulling stuff back and forth, moving stuff around.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a lot of freaking window time. Everybody's like, my stepbrother Oscar, he's like, all you do is drive. I'm like, that's just tiring.
Shit. That's risking your life every second. too.
Exactly,
Shit.
especially the last couple of days in this fog. In Victoria, the fog has been bad
no,
the last
yeah.
couple of days. Somebody actually
If
lost.
you're in a company truck, you got people that want to cut in front of you
Yeah.
and try to get hit.
Yeah. So, somebody lost their life yesterday over off 77 due to the fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I was headed to work, and I seen the ambulance and stuff headed out the opposite way, and I was like, man, I hope everybody's all right. But this lady lost her life. But now, for the most part, I'm probably just gonna stay working at Excalibur as long as I can ride it out, unless somebody offers to pay me something more to go somewhere else, you know.
Yeah.
But
You're thinking about leaving Victoria?
nah,
No, you're gonna stay there.
yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Nah, we would stay. I used to tell my wife, like, let's just go. And she's like, well, we got to take everybody. We got to take all the kids. I'm like, man, they already got their own family. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we just leave them now, but she don't want to go. So it's like, we'll just stay.
Yeah, my wife's the same. We talk about going to San Antonio or going somewhere, you know, just something different, whatever. And we gotta take everybody with. It's like, hell no, leave them there. No, just,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't want none of my kids to move out. I don't know. Like I know they have to eventually, but it's just, you know, they're not little no more.
Yeah.
You know.
I know Damien, our oldest boy, he just had a son, and they got two, and they have their own apartment, him and his girl, and then Angelique and her boyfriend, they live together, and they got two boys, and then Frank, he came with the daughter, so they got 3 kids, you know.
Mhm.
And it's like everybody, and then Callie, she's got her own apartment, and she's got a little girl. You know, they all live on their own. They all have their own spots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now we got like six grandkids, so it's like we're really not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, another grandbaby. Shoot, we had the grandbaby last weekend.
Uh-huh.
Man, I said she could stay all day, any day she wants to. Man, she's so chill.
Yeah.
She's a chill baby, bro. She don't cry. She don't whine. She just wants to eat and watch her Trolls movie and
Yeah.
chill. Yeah, she's a good baby.
Spoiled.
Yeah, they're all spoiled. They're
Yeah.
all loved. They got their other grandparents. They're lesbian too.
Yeah.
So they're getting the best of both worlds. They spoiled from all of us all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Shit. Anything else you want to say before we end it?
Yeah, I want to just kind of say about some stuff that happened when I was younger, like parents to be aware of. Don't drop your children off anywhere if you don't know their surroundings and stuff like that. I was molested and sexually abused a lot, you know, growing up
Yeah.
by my grandfather's son, Solomon. You know, my stepdad's brother, Francisco Hernandez, you know, his uncle, Anthony, and the Anthony Jr., you know what I mean? My mom's cousins, Ralph and Pete Rosas, you know what I mean? Like, why would you even drop me off? And why would you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there was no need for me to be spending the night over there with guys or being unsupervised and stuff like that. But just to, you know, pay attention to stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because some people, you know, parents, they just want to drop their kids off and just go, you know, go to be a barfly or something. I don't know, you know, just get out and just leave their kid.
Yeah, I don't understand why people even want to have kids if they want to live that life. They shouldn't have kids. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's dumb.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the kids don't. You know, the kids are the ones that suffer.
Yeah. And I just want to say, man, life is short. Love like Jesus, forgive and let go, you know, and do the best that y'all can do, you know. Don't give up. One day we'll make it to wherever we're going, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, we'll be back in a minute. We have a correctional officer coming in. You know, he wants to speak about, you know, his job and stuff. It's gonna be pretty interesting, man.
Your host, El Vago, owner, operator of El Vago Burger Barbecue, located at 4701 Banana Drive, Motown, Texas, Molina neighborhood.
Welcome to the Volo Podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the Volo Podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that? Welcome to the Volo Podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the Volo Podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that?